So I've been working the outside edge of the coordinate and buttonhole stitch, and I've run out of thread. I don't have enough to complete it, so I need to add a thread in, and there's a special technique for that. So I have my threads that I'm buttonholing stitch over, and I need to add a new thread. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to lay a new thread alongside my work, and I am going to buttonhole over my normal two plus that one, buttonhole over that, and catch it with the other threads. I'm going to kind of have to hang on to it so it doesn't get away from me. And I want to do that for several stitches before I let go, and I've left it a little late. I probably should have laid it in a little before now. But I'm going to catch it several times with my old thread that's short. This adds some bulk in this area. When you're working in finer threads, it's not as noticeable as it is in this thread. I'm going to do one more stitch. And now I'm not going to pull that stitch quite as tight, almost as tight, but not quite, because I need to be able to get my new thread up through this stitch right here that I just made. So now I'm going to lay my thread down that I've been stitching with and pick up the long end of my new thread that I just laid in and thread my needle with it. Now I'm going to use it to make a buttonhole stitch going as I would any normal buttonhole stitch. However, before I tighten it down, to bring it through where the other stitch was, right through the center of that last stitch. So that it comes up through the same hole where the other one ended. Remember, I have my old thread that I was using to do the buttonholes laid in with these now, and I'm going to catch it along with them to help secure it so it doesn't unravel. And I'm still holding on to the tail of my new thread because it's not quite secure yet. And I'm now going to make several more buttonhole stitches before I trim anything off. Again, it adds a little bulk, but it's not too noticeable in the finished product. Maybe one more. And now I can take my short thread, the one that I was stitching the buttonholes with, and trim it off. As well as the tail of my new thread, which I can trim a little closer with a better pair of scissors, and so that you can't see that little end once I get it off of the pattern. And then I continue around my piece with my new thread. And that's how you add a new thread during the final stages when you're doing the buttonhole.